Welcome back to Von Kettle Kitchen. If you are a repeat watcher, thank you very much for supporting me on my new journey of YouTube. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button down below so you can get notified of all the new recipes that I've been trying throughout the month. Also, if you like this, please give us a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. So today I am making smoked pork ribs. It is a rainy, dreary day. Kind of really sucks, but I'm still going to try to use a smoker out back. I am going to get together a dry rub now to put on those lovely pork ribs. This is a beauty. So I'm going to get together a dry rub of some brown sugar, some salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, cumin, and paprika. I'm going to rub this guy. Not really rub it, you kind of want to pat it, because if you rub something, you're actually pushing everything into the pockets of the ribs itself, and you still want it to be able to take in some of that smoke so you get a nice ring. All right, so let's start with the dry rub. I'm going to do 1/8 of a cup of brown sugar. Actually, I'm going to double this recipe. So we're just going to do 2 of everything because this is a pretty big rack of ribs. And if I don't use it all, I'll just put it in a little tiny mason jar and keep it aside. So instead of 3 teaspoons of garlic powder, I'm going to do 6. These are really cute. My cousin gave them to me because she knows I like to cook. There's a magnet on the back of them so I can stick them right to the hood of my stove. So we're also going to do 6 teaspoons of chili powder. Dump the rest of that in there. This is also magnetic, love it. For the most used spices, I do that, especially if I'm cooking like on the stove, but I also use mason jars as well. I make my own taco seasoning, I make my own ranch seasoning, which I put inside of mason jars. All right, so we're gonna do also 6 teaspoons of onion powder. And I like having the mason jars too, because I can really just get in there with the teaspoon. I don't have to fight in a 6 with a spice jar, because we all know how that can be a pain in the butt. So I use pink Himalayan sea salt. I use it for everything. So I'm going to do 4 teaspoons of that. I'm going to do 4 teaspoons of black pepper. I'm going to have to get more pepper, so I need to put another 2 in there. And I'm going to do 4 teaspoons of paprika. Paprika has some good like spice to it. It also has a little bit of heat if you use a lot of it. I love cumin, use it in a lot of recipes. We're going to do 4 teaspoons of that as well. Let me grab some extra pepper. I have a cabinet full of spices. I constantly am cooking with different flavors just to try it out. Plus I use a lot of it when I make my own barbecue sauces. All right, so we need 2 more teaspoons of that. And 2 teaspoons of just regular cayenne pepper. Now just remember, in any dry rub, in any recipe, you can omit or put in whatever you want. Do the flavors that you like. So I'm gonna get this all mixed up with the brown sugar. In the 1/8 cups that I did, which would be a 1/4 cup, it was packed. So we do have a pretty decent amount here. I don't know if you can see it, my lighting's not the best, but that's okay. Get that all nice and mixed up. So there is definitely going to be plenty left to put in a mason jar to go forward. Remove this stuff. Bring the ribs over. And I'm going to start sprinkling from high. You want even distribution. Instead of rubbing it, you're just gonna wanna pat it, because you wanna have that smoke ring on your ribs. So you don't want to rub it, you just want to pat it. So I'm going to pat it with my opposite hand. miss a little space. So just don't contaminate this hand since you're going to be packing the rest of the spices away. I also want to make sure that even if there's some bone showing or anything like that, you want to get that, it all equals flavor. All right, so I'm going to let this get to room temperature before I put it on the smoker. And I'll see you in a little bit. So we turned this charcoal grill into a smoker. We just put a smoker box on top of the hot charcoal. So now I'm going to rotate the pork ribs. Looks pretty good to me. Look at that color. Okay, we're gonna continue to smoke this bad boy. All right, so now I'm gonna start slathering this bad boy with apple barbecue sauce. I made this out of homemade apple sauce that I made from my mom's apples from her orchard. And I'm not gonna tell you the rest because it's a secret and it's delicious, so I don't wanna give all the tricks of the trades away. You can use any barbecue sauce that you would like. So I'm going to let this get all nice and sticky, and then I will flip it and do the other end after. This is a nice smoked rack of ribs. Look how beautiful that is. So I'm going to let this rest for about 5 to 15 minutes. And I'm going to slice into that bad boy. Hope you guys enjoy.